Today is Monday, February 12th. It's Pastor John with today's devotion reading. Our lesson today comes from Isaiah chapter 58. The lesson begins, "Shout aloud, do not hold back. Raise your voice like a trumpet. Declare to my people their rebellion, and to the descendants of Jacob their sins. For day after day they seek me out. They seem eager to know my ways, as if they were a nation that does what is right and has not forsaken the commands of God. They ask me for just decisions and seem eager for God to come near them. Why have we fasted, they say, and you have not seen it? Why have we humbled ourselves and you have not noticed? Yet, on the day of your fasting, you do as you please and exploit all your workers. Your fasting ends in quarreling and strife and in striking each other with wicked fists. You cannot fast as you do today and expect your voice to be heard on high. Is this the kind of fast I have chosen? Only a day for people to humble themselves? Is it only for bowing one's head like a reed and for lying in sackcloth and ashes? Is that what you call a fast, a day acceptable to the Lord? Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke? Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter when you see the naked to clothe them and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood? Then your light will break forth like the dawn and your healing will quickly appear. Then your righteousness will go before you and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. Then you will call and the Lord will answer. You will call and cry for help and he will say, here I am. If you do away with the yoke of oppression, with the pointing finger and malicious talk, and if you spend yourselves in behalf of the hungry and satisfy the needs of the oppressed, then your light will rise in the darkness, and your night will become like noonday. The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in sun-scorched land and will strengthen your frame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail. Your people will rebuild the ancient ruins, and you will raise up the age-old foundations. You will be called repairer of broken walls, restorer of streets with dwellings. This ends our lesson. Our devotion is entitled Word of the Day. What's the word of the day? I asked Ida as she sat in the Senior Care Center lobby, waiting to go to dialysis. The word of the day is neighbor, or she might have said love or righteousness. Ida always chose a perfect word of hope and found a good reason to back up her selection. Ida had more of a right to complain than most anyone else in the care center, yet she wore a radiant smile and maintained fierce resolve. What's the word about the day in Isaiah? The word is fast. Is this not the fast I chose? Asked God. Breaking others' yoke of oppressive loneliness and despair, genuinely caring for others. Ida understood this fast because aides, nurses, and daughters generally cared for her body, mind, and spirit. Ida also personified the fast Isaiah described by sharing the bread of her wisdom in the lobby, her resilience in the dialysis unit, and her trust in God with all of us. Even while her kidneys grew weaker, God made the bones of her faith stronger. And our prayer for today, may we choose the fast that is acceptable to you, God of love. Amen.